COVID may be subsiding, but hybrid work and working from home have become the norm for some employees, and Americans are increasingly combining travel with their workday life. One startup is trying to capitalize on that idea with a novel idea, but as Wendy Gillette shows us, its launch was complicated by the war in Ukraine.
Oh my goodness. September was like, hi, bye.
Entrepreneur Obatalia Yemashunya is one of the many Americans changing the meaning of WFH. For them, the acronym doesn't just mean work from home, but work from hotel.
Remo Day.
The former Los Angeles resident now lives in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, and has started spending some of her work days inside these new pods at the family-friendly, all-inclusive Sensera Resort and Spa south of Cancun, renting a remote office for $30 a day.
It's a beautiful environment. You have room service, so I don't have to think about cooking.
The workspaces are a partnership between the hotel, where we stayed for a reduced rate, and a company called Remo, which had a launch date in Ukraine 2 days before the war started. Plan B was a handful of modular office spaces recently installed at Sensera, which Remo's CEO, who's still based in Kyiv, just visited.
I'm lucky because my family helped me a lot, and my friends were together with me, and my team in Remo also.
Now that the company is up and running in Mexico, the goal is to expand both internationally and in the U.S.
I think it's going to work because our world has changed. Our world has changed drastically, and we're not going back to how it was before.
A Gallup poll from the summer found 5 in 10 U.S. remote-capable employees are working hybrid, and 3 in 10 are fully remote. WFH looks a little sweeter when you have access to this. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, Riviera Maya, Mexico.
The office space at Sensera is free for hotel guests if they book rooms through remo.club. Still ahead at noon, you don't need a fancy rotisserie to make great roasted chicken. All you need is one pan. We're heading to the Mr. Food Test Kitchen next.